Now we're moving to Chicago. This is an interesting development, I think, in this trial.
Jussie Smollett, you know, of course, is on trial. The trial started this week. This is over the alleged hoax that he's been accused of staging. This was the attack back in 2019. And there are two people who we were really waiting to see what they were going to say on the stand.
Star prosecution witnesses.
Indeed, the Osundairo brothers. And they testified on Wednesday afternoon. And what they had to say is very interesting because I think it really goes to their credibility, because they're the ones who came forward and said that Jussie paid them to stage this whole thing, that they were the ones who acted as the attackers that night.
So one of them testified, because in 2019, this thing's been going on for like 3 years. So in 2019, there were these text messages that authorities got where they were talking, and it looked like one of the brothers was talking about supplying Jussie with marijuana, cocaine, and ecstasy. And so there was talk in there that he used Venmo and PayPal to pay for this. So on the stand, Bola testified that he is not a drug dealer. He did not get money from Jussie. So here you've got these documents where they talk about PayPal, where they talk about Venmo, and then all of a sudden today, he's saying, nope, I didn't take any money. I'm not a drug dealer. Well, look, and I'm projecting here, but this is an opening for Jussie, because Jussie could say, so these two guys who were extras on Empire and they worked as fitness instructors, they're going to give me a costly amount of drugs when you talk about cocaine and Molly, and I'm not going to give them money. So if you think they're lying about this, then you should wonder if they're lying about what they're saying about a staged attack. It gives him an opening.
I think you're entirely right, Harvey. I mean, this entire case turns on the credibility of these guys versus the credibility of Jussie, because the crime could look like a crime. All the elements of the attack could look like a real attack or could look like a fake attack. So if they can poke holes in what the Osundairo brothers are saying, that this was all planned ahead of time in this way by showing these guys are unscrupulous characters, Jussie really has a chance to create some doubt for himself.
And that's all that it takes is reasonable doubt.
That's all that it takes.
Who was questioning them? Who was questioning them when they were talking about?
I thought this was on direct, Derek. I thought this was the prosecution talking to them about this. So I don't know what.
Which would make sense, because then the prosecution wants to make it look like they are. Obviously, the prosecution wants them to be credible to the jury. So.
It just seems like an opening to me.
Yeah, I think the prosecution needs to lay out the foundation of the relationship that these two parties have in the first place. But you're right, that then opens the door to, on cross, poking holes in their story and calling them liars.